What are you saying?
Do you need a bottle?
Little Cooper Barnett is somewhat new here.
He eats us out of house and home.
His jacket says freshman, which at a little over a year old isn't untrue, I suppose. But his shirt, his onesie, really tells the story of Cooper.
Yeah. You gonna tell your story now?
Tell him what's on your mind, bud.
Cooper's got better and more important things to do right now. But his story to get here
Our goal was to do everything we could to try and save him.
is one his mom Whitney
No other option.
and dad Nathan
We need to do something, and we wanted to go as far as we can to save him.
won't soon forget.
Most cases that we were able to look up, survival was very close to zero.
Whitney Barnett owns an ultrasound business in Hayden, and when you're pregnant yourself, who wouldn't want to be constantly sneaking peeks, right?
Just to take a look and see how things were looking.
But on one particular glimpse, Whitney noticed
A little bit of fluid in his chest.
subsequent viewings found the situation was getting worse.
We went back at 22 weeks and we were able to tell that his liver had shifted up into his chest and his gallbladder was in his chest and part of his intestines.
A condition known as,
A congenital diaphragmatic hernia.
in the simplest terms, there's a muscle in your abdomen that acts as sort of a barrier to keep organs from drifting up into your heart and lung area, to keep everything where it should be. Cooper not only had a hole in his, but coupled with the fluid, well, there was an immense amount of pressure on his lung and on his heart.
Then we ran into the issue of living in Sandpoint and no OB care up there.
So the Barnetts eventually found themselves meeting with Dr. Rebecca Stark and her team at Seattle Children's Hospital.
She almost acted like a medical mom to him.
A medical mom who knew Cooper's case of CDH was much more unique.
The very extremely rare thing about Cooper was that he had fluid in that area.
And urgent.
He had signs of impending fetal demise. They had already met with another group who had said that they thought, the only path forward was termination.
Expecting more of a consultation instead of a procedure, Dr. Stark and her team had a plan to give Cooper a fighting chance.
They approached us and said, we've never done this before in the case of a congenital diaphragmatic hernia, but we would like to try and place a shunt while still in my belly.
A risky procedure, but
We knew Cooper's was about a 0% chance of survival if the shunt didn't work.
faced with no other choice,
It was a no-brainer, honestly.
after the procedure, with the fluid cleared out, the gamble, as Dr. Stark called it,
What was so amazing is that we started to see a little bit of lung tissue.
was paying off.
He had gone from a very severe congenital diaphragmatic hernia based on lung volumes to a severe borderline moderate. The difference in survival between those two classes is pretty big.
Still,
He was intubated.
even after being born prematurely,
You're just sitting back watching these people fight for your kid.
and even with that team, they still had to wait about 2 weeks for Cooper to get big enough and stable enough to do the surgery to fix his CDH
He has a little incision across his belly and they have to manually pull the liver down.
once and for all.
It was a long night.
Yeah.
I stayed up majority of the night just making sure that he was doing okay, letting him hear my voice that Dad's here.
And this is where Cooper's story continues. Before he even came into this world, he was fighting.
He had so many things against him: prematurity, fluid in the chest, a severe CDH, a right-sided CDH. Each of those things comes with a chance of non-survivability.
But he wasn't fighting alone.
He's had a lot of doctor's appointments, but everything is checked out really good.
He had a mom and a dad in his corner who battled hand in hand for him.
Yeah, it was a long 6-7 months out there.
A team of doctors who wouldn't give up when others did.
He was incredibly, incredibly sick. One of the sickest babies that we've had.
And now, Cooper Barnett is, by all accounts, well,
Looking at him now and seeing the outcome, it's like, wow, he really
Yeah.
was a miracle.
He is a miracle to me.
and most importantly,
He's a happy baby.
a healthy, happy baby. A true embodiment of the word he sports on his shirt.
He's our little warrior.
So now Cooper's story continues, with chapters yet to be told.
Something will come of, I don't know what, but something will come of this, huh?
In Spokane, is it burp time?
I think it's round 2.
Corey Howard,
What are you saying?
on Stop Local.